The early morning sun in Lagos stretched its pale gold over the city's rustling streets. Kingsley stood by a roadside tap, his shirt neatly ironed though the cuffs were thinning. The water gushed freely, splashing onto the dusty ground. He sighed, bent down, and closed it firmly. It wasn't his tap. It wasn't his water bill. But Kingsley never walked past waste. And a smally day start, he always told people. If we can't manage the little, how we go fit manage plenty? Since leaving university 2 years ago, life had been a heavy yoke. His mother's small food stall barely kept him fed, and every job he tried to get ended with polite rejection emails, or worse, silence. Yet, he never let hardship close his heart. Kingsley was the type who would help a stranger carry a heavy bag without being asked, give directions patiently, or push a stalled car in the rain, even if he himself was late for something important. Some people used him, took his effort, and never said thank you. Some even gossiped behind his back, but he never let that poison his spirit. That Tuesday morning, a letter came. Well, an email printed by the cybercafe attendant. You are invited for an interview for the position of Managing Director, Halden Group Nigeria. Kingsley almost laughed. Managing Director? Him. He'd been applying for customer service jobs, sales rep positions, anything. But Halden Group was one of the biggest firms in the country. Still, he prepared. On the day of the interview, he left home early in his only good shirt. At a bus stop, he saw an elderly woman struggling with a tray of fruits. A boy had snatched one and run, making her lose her balance. Kingsley stopped, steadied her, and helped arrange the scattered fruits. She tried to give him one in thanks. He smiled and declined. A few streets away, he spotted a leaking roadside pipe. He picked up a stick and wedged it into the joint to stop the flow. "N.A. government job be this. No be my own," a man called out mockingly. Kingsley just smiled. Water no get enemy, but he get value. When he finally boarded a bus, the conductor shortchanged a young girl who was too shy to complain. Kingsley stepped in, politely pointing out the mistake until the right change was given. By the time he reached Halden Group's building, his shoes were dusted from running errands for strangers. He looked nothing like a man about to sit in an air-conditioned boardroom. The receptionist asked him to wait. Minutes later, a young man in a sharp suit walked past and smirked. Kingsley recognized him. It was Pascal, an old classmate. Back in school, Kingsley had once lent him money for a project, but Pascal had never repaid. Pascal leaned close and whispered, "So you day try for MD? Forget it, you no fit." Kingsley's chest tightened, but he kept his calm. When his turn came, he was led into a vast conference room. 3 people sat at a long table, but one face caught his attention, the elderly woman from the fruit stall. She smiled faintly but said nothing. The man in the middle began. "Mr. Kingsley, this interview is unusual. We won't be asking about your degree or work experience. Tell us, why do you do good, even when there's no reward?" Kingsley blinked. "Because good is good, sir. Whether anyone sees or not, it leaves the world better than you met it." They nodded. Then, the woman spoke. "Mr. Kingsley, do you believe small acts matter?" "Yes, ma. They build character, and character builds nations." The third interviewer leaned forward. "Mr. Kingsley, do you know that every good deed you did today, helping the old woman, fixing the pipe, speaking for the young girl, was being observed?" Kingsley's mouth opened slightly. The man continued, "This was not an interview for a job. This was a test for leadership. Our company needs someone whose integrity is natural, not rehearsed. Someone who sees a problem and fixes it, even when no one is watching. You are the new managing director of Halden Group Nigeria." Pascal was called in just as Kingsley stepped out. The smirk on his face faded when he saw Kingsley shake hands with the board members. Later, Kingsley learned the truth. Pascal had also been shortlisted, but his actions during the journey, ignoring someone in need, littering the street, had disqualified him before he even entered the interview room. On his first day as MD, Kingsley stood before the staff and said, "In life, the real interview happens when you think no one is watching. Do good, not for applause, but because it is right. The rewards will come in God's time." And for the first time in years, his belief that everything will be fine at God's time became a living reality. Moral of the story: true character is tested in moments unseen. Small acts of goodness open doors that talent alone cannot unlock.
Thank you for watching Nate Nat Learning Timeless Tale with us today. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss our next magical adventure. Until next time, keep listening, keep learning, and keep believing in the power of kindness. Bye for now.